Wouldn't you like to continue the topic we were talking about today? The greatness of Allah. Some samples, some examples of Allah's greatness. That was good, huh? We continue. If you rush, those among you who's rush, let him go. We're not going to take. Those among you who are newly bride, let them go. There's no problem. But keep the old men like me here. Okay. So last thing we've been talking about, and I like that, subhanallah, the elephant. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the sense in the elephant when the elephant feels close death or the elephant is injured. The elephant automatically goes to the graveyard. They call it the elephant tomb. The elephant tomb. Isn't this miracle? Subhanallah al-Azim. So the elephant doesn't know the unseen. But Allah kept this specific feeling, which is better for us, better for the people. Imagine if an elephant died on the road. It's very hard if all the elephants will be like. So Allah did not only create, but He measured what He created. إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدَرٍ. Have you seen lions urinating on the tree? You know what it means? I think you know what it means. It means he's drawing the limit of his kingship. Say subhanallah. Praise be to Allah. The lion is drawing the limits of its kingship. That means when other lion or hyenas pass by, they're going to smell the urine of the lion on the trees. That means that's the limit. You are in danger. You are entering the kingship, the kingdom, not of Saudi Arabia, the kingdom of the lion. Tabarakallah. And I was talking about the veiled chameleon. Have you seen the veiled chameleon? Wow. Tabarakallah. Tabarakallah. It changes the color of the skin. Green, red, blue, black, anything. There's a smaller chameleon. It has the language. There are, look, the only language we have is the language of speech, tongue. But the animals have many different scales of communication. If this small chameleon feels cold, it becomes black. It's telling you that now I feel cold. If you put it in a hot place, it becomes green. It tells you now I'm fine. Who put this potential in this small animal that you can change color, technicolor animal?
What is the simple name of chameleon?
I don't know.
I'm sure for the those.
You just check it on the internet. CHAMELEON. Now, I don't like someone to call me animal, but people call one another al-hayawan al-natiq, speaking animal. They call us speaking animal, and I don't like it. Because among mankind are prophets. How can I call the Prophet Muhammad a speaking animal? I don't like it. But there is a speaking animal. The parrot, a speaking animal. Wallahi. And that's in YouTube. There was a Shia, so-called scholar, and he was challenging that he can recite Al-Fatiha in the best way. Wallahi, I swear by Allah. I brought a parrot who recite Al-Fatiha better than him. And I have it on YouTube. Comparison between his recitation and the recitation of the parrot. It's amazing the way it recites Al-Fatiha. Speaking animal, this is a speaking animal.
زين. الآن قال أتحداك تقرأ الفاتحة، لو أعطيني المايك نقرأ الفاتحة ما يعطيني المايك، شلون بلوها؟ كيف يتحدى؟ زين. الآن أنا أبدأ، لكن عندما أتم القراءة أنت تقرأ بدون أي تعليق. واضح؟ أنا سأقرأ الآن أمام الجميع، وأنت بعد ذلك تقرأ بدون أي تعليق، تبدأ بالقراءة. موافق؟ موافق؟ بركات. توافق أنه أنا أبدأ الآن أقرأ. نعم أنا الأول يا أخوان، أنا الأول، أنا مو خايف. على العموم أنا سأقرأ وأنت مباشرة بعدي تقرأ. أول ما تأخذ الكلام تقرأ. توافق؟ أمام الجميع. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين.
سيرتك تضرب على هالقراية. ولد صغير بيقرأ أحسن منك. طفل صغير بيقرأ أحسن من قرايتك. مالك يوم الدين. الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
When people imbalance Allah's creation, they'll fall in trouble. In India, they made a campaign against birds. Okay, what's the matter with the birds? They used to be eating 10% of the greens production. So, when they killed the birds, they had another problem, insect problem, which ate 50% of their fruits. So they have to stop their campaign against the birds. Praise be to Allah, who hears the needs of every individual. This is significant in itself. There are 7 billions of creatures now, human beings only. Each one of them, Allah knows what He hides, what He's concealing, what He's revealing, what's His future, when He's going to die, all details. ما خلقكم ولا بعثكم إلا كنفس واحدة. Creating you, resurrecting you is equal to Allah that of what? Creating and resurrecting one person. Trillions and one, the same with Allah. To you, it's difficult. To Allah, it's the same. Increasing the senses of smelling. Allah does that with the animal, many kinds of animals. To the extent that I saw that. The sharks. They have a long pool, 1 kilometer. When the shark reaches the end of the pool, and a person put his hand just like that, the shark will return immediately. From a distance of 1 kilometer. At the same moment, the shark has a very sharp senses that can trace and sense immediately any object that moves. And they have radar system. Have you seen Have you seen hundreds of thousands of small fishes? They move at the same time, at the same moment. Right, left, up, down. It's amazing. The dolphins, they want to eat those fish. And they can't. Because those fish deal in a very systematic radar way that make hundreds of thousands move at the same time. Exactly. What the dolphin have to do? They have to trouble the water. They go up and down and push the water like this. So the radar system will not be working properly. And then after that, they start to hunt. A lot of scales. If you want to talk about that, we have headache. Subhanallah. If we ask a brother to stand up now and to sleep, can anyone sleep while standing? No. Can you? You can't. It's impossible. What if we ask you to sleep on one leg only, 1 foot? It's impossible. It's impossible on 2 feet. How much more on 1 foot? You can't do it? No. The bird can do it. Have you seen a bird sleeping while standing on 1 foot? Did you see that? It's amazing. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ, and in your own selves even. Don't you see? Alhamdulillah. You have to say always Alhamdulillah that your temperature is steady, stable on 30, what? 37. 38, you're in trouble. You're not okay. 39, you're in danger. 40, goodbye. My life, goodbye. We're about to die. Khalas. Who keeps this steadiness, stability of all those creatures as you see? Praise be to Allah. Think about that. The problem when people are okay, their relationship with Allah is not okay. When they have problem, mashallah. When a disease visits them, they start to visit Allah in their contact and relationship. I've been asking my children many times this question. How many hours this day had passed? They say 7 hours. Then I ask them at night, how many now? Between Fajr until now? They say 15 hours. That's good, okay. Did you raise your hands up to Allah during those 15 hours of that day? They say no. Why? You see, if you see the flood, tsunami coming to you, your voice will sound like the voice of a cow. Cow. Did Allah mention something about that? وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. Whatever favor you have is from Allah. ثُمَّ إِذَا مَسَّكُمُ الضُّرُّ فَإِلَيْهِ تَجْأَرُونَ. When the harm touches you, then to Him you will be تَجْأَرُونَ. Mujahid, I think, said, تجأرون يعني يخرج صوت كصوت البقر. People will be, Ya Allah, shouting, yelling, Ya Allah. Now they remembered Him. We want you to imagine tsunami when you pray, while you're praying to Allah. How your contact will be so close to Him. What's the matter with us? There is a sort of liquid in your ear that maintains the stability of your standing and walking. If there's a problem in this liquid, there's a problem with you. And if that liquid will be shaking, you'll become dizzy and you cannot stand up. You have to sit down. Liquid that causes the balancing of your standing and walking. For sure, because you don't have 3 legs. You have 2 legs. So, I mean, the animal has 2 legs, 2 feet, and he's depending on them. But you're standing on 2 feet, so we need balancement. Where's that? Allah set a certain liquid in your ear that helps you standing, walking without falling. Subhanallah. Imagine if you have headache. How happy will you be in your life? Even if you have millions, if you are more rich than Bill Gates and you have always headache, what life will be meaning to you? Imagine if you lost your 2 beloved ones. Who are your 2 beloved ones? Yes, but I did not mean that. I meant something else. I didn't mean that. Your eyes. If Allah troubled you with your eyes and you don't see, what would life mean to you? Subhanallah. Do you know that there are mirrors in your eyes? Do you know that there is a reflection from back to front so you can see the front? But Allah made it super with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet said while he was standing to pray, fix your line, for I can see you behind me. That's authentic. The Prophet used to be caring about the organizing of the line. Was so careful. Today we're not careful. He said, alayhi salatu wasalam, أَلَا تَصُفُّونَ كَمَا تَصُفُّ الْمَلَائِكَةُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. Shouldn't you be standing orderly just like the angels standing orderly with Allah? So the companions asked the Prophet, how they stand, O Prophet? He said, يُتِمُّونَ الصُّفُوفَ الْأُوَلِ. They complete the first lines. Unlike a rushing brother, he comes and he hears the Imam saying Allahu Akbar. They see the Imam in the ruku' position, and he's afraid, he's terrified that the Imam may say Sami Allahu liman hamida, which is tragedy. We lost 1 rak'ah. I don't want to repeat it. So what he does, he doesn't want to see the first line if it's full or there is some space. He doesn't want to see it because it's responsibility that you keep the first line, the previous line empty, and you go to the second line. Well, I have to do it. I don't want to lose 1 rak'ah. Why? Are you the most businessman on earth? That happens. So يُتِمُّونَ الصُّفُوفَ الْأُوَلِ. The angels at their Lord, they complete the first lines. وَيَتَرَاصُونَ فِي الصَّفِّ. They push they stick to one another. Stick. And according to the authentic hadith in Sahih Muslim, that the Prophet ﷺ said, first, he said to the companions, مَا لِي أَرَاكُمْ عِزِينَ. Why do I see you divided? Then he saw them at another time praying, but making many actions. Brothers, do you know that last 2 weeks there was a brother praying beside me that was in Saudi Arabia, and all his prayer, he was going like this. So when he finished, I said, brother, you don't have time for your nails at any other time other than the salah. You're so busy, man, to the extent that you fix and clean your nails inside your prayer. Come on. That's horrendous. And he apologized. And among those also, when they wear this ghutra, he goes like this and this. My eye. And the eye of the next one on the right side. My eye. He hits them like this with his ghutra. And it enters the eye. Ya akhi, please, haram. Don't disturb people. People want to really have a good atmosphere with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if I want to stick my foot to his foot, he's lengthening his toe until the ground, which is supposed to be for women, not for him. And whenever I stick my foot to his foot will be playing with my foot like this. And I'm about to laugh. So I prefer to keep my foot away from him. Wallahi, that shows the greatness of this religion. Because the Prophet made it haram that you lengthen your thawb more than the ankle. It's haram. The Prophet said, what is beneath the ankle is hellfire. That's what he said, authentically. ما أسفل الكعبين ففي النار. So, that's why when he saw them, والسلام, at another time he saw them moving. He said, ما لي أراكم كأذناب خيل شمس أسكنوا في الصلاة. He said, why do I see you moving like this? Just like, when the animals, when the horses make a move by their tails. So he said, don't do that. Calm in your prayer. Calm yourselves in your prayer. Don't make these actions. Then he saw them not sticking to one another. Then he said, عباد الله لا تسوون صفوفكم أو لا يخالفن الله بين وجوهكم. O servants of Allah, either you fix your lines in the prayer, or Allah will be causing differentiation and disagreements among your hearts. Division in your heart. That means there is a relationship between this and this. That's the sunnah of Rasulullah. Alayhi salatu wasalam. You love him, you stick to his sunnah. Don't tell me you love him, but I don't like that. Some people, and it happened with many times, I stuck to his foot, then he goes away. Then I follow it again. Then he moves away. Then I said to him, Akhi, I don't have skin diseases, wallahi. I do not suffer any leprosy. I'm not leopard. I don't have jarab. You know the meaning of jarab? What is jarab in English?
Stop.
Huh?
We say stop. In Urdu, we say jarab.
Yes. I don't have skin problem. Please. And I was waiting for him to say to me, why you're chasing me? I was going to say to him, because I love you. Because I love you. And the Prophet told me to do that so I can love you more. And some people say to me, brother, why do you widen like this, your legs? I say, when you narrowed, we widened. لما ضيقتم وسعنا. We have to do it. We have to apply the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is another topic anyway. Really, I feel very sad for what's happening to the Muslims. You think that the problems we're facing in our Muslim world is because of nothing? MashaAllah, we are ready. We are fully obedient to Allah, but Allah is choosing to punish us. It's not true. Wait a minute. You don't like to have headache, don't you? Would you like to have headache? No. Wait a minute. Imagine if you've been eating today, right? Some of you went to the bathroom, some of you are waiting, not yet. So there is something like 1 kilo, 2 kilos here. 3 kilos if your stomach are like mine. Imagine if those 3 kilos will remain in you 5 days. Now the headache must come. Like, what if it remains 9 days? Oh my goodness. That happened to me when I was young, at like his age. Sometimes I stay 9 days and I count them without entering the bathroom. So imagine what's going to happen to you. You're going to have headache.
Number 1 and number 2.
It's good you asked this question.
9 days.
It's good you asked this question. Because subhanallah, if Allah made the need of number 2 just like the need of number 1, we all need napkins when we come to the masjid. So don't ask this question again. So imagine, subhanallah, if the food remains stuck in your stomach, what would you do? Your life is troubled. They say that one scholar was in the assembly of the king, and the king was, enjoying food and drink. So the scholar waited until the king started to drink. So the scholar said to the king, please, I ask you by Allah, if Allah deprived you from this drink, how much will you be given from your money to drink? He said, I'll give it half of what I have, what I possess. Half. Just to get a glass of water. So after he drank, the scholar said to him, I ask you by Allah, if Allah stuck this water in your stomach, how much will you be paying to get it out? He said, the other half of what I possess. He said, wretched your kingship that doesn't worth a glass of water. تبا لملك لا يساوي شربة ماء. It's good. Those kings need someone to approach them from time to time. Since we've been talking about number 2, imagine how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by His great creation, there is a small flesh that blocks everything automatically. To the extent that when you die, it doesn't work anymore, they have to put something instead, like cotton or something. That's the son of Adam. It works properly now. Otherwise, we'll be all in trouble here. Subhanallah al-Azim. The pumping of your heart, the hit, what do you call it? The khafaqan. Huh?
Heartbeat.
Yeah, the heartbeat. It's balanced. It's balanced? Yes. It's a great favor. Because if you have it faster, you're in trouble. If you have it slower, you're in a big trouble. If it stopped, no more beating, that means no more breathing. That means no more life. Do we need to charge it just like the way we recharge our phones? No. It works without charging, without electricity. It works. Subhanallah. Imagine if a surgery was made for you and they put instead a battery to let the heart works. Well, there are many people like this. They have billions. They don't have problem with these. With money, they have no problem. But do they live healthily? No. Everything with them is not normal. Everything with them is not normal. You know who enjoy the food of those who live in castles or in palaces? Who enjoy? Those who work in the palace. Those workers in the palace, they enjoy the favor more than the owner of the palace, because there's a list of food that the doctor told him not to eat. You should not eat this, you should not eat that, you should not be... Hundreds of kinds of foods you cannot eat. While those workers, they are more healthy than him. Subhanallah. There's a war in your body between the red and the white what? Cells. There's a war. When those cells become weaker, you're in trouble, you are sick. So the war has to take place always in your body. Subhanallah. Extreme electricity in the brain will cause you to behave like a demon-possessed person. Since we've been talking about number 2. We're joking, no problem, inshallah. But in a very ethical way. Do you want the proof of what the Prophet said, that the cats are among those who keep around you always? That means it's allowed for you to keep cats in your house, not dogs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in a very, subhanAllah, marvelous way of instinct, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set a system in the cat not to poo at any place. And it keeps warning you, if you stuck the cat in a room, warning you, giving you warnings that it can't speak, but it gives you signs that I want to go. And when it goes to poo, it keeps putting the sand and smelling. No, there's still smell. Then bring more sand, dust, and cover, and keeps smelling. This is a system. There are things that you did not know how to do before, but then you get to know, such as swimming, driving the bicycle. When I was young, I loved to ride bicycle, but I couldn't. I have to go left, right, and fall down. Then after that, I got used to it. But after 2-3 years, without driving the bicycle, I still have the potential to do it. I'm supposed to be forgetting it 2-3 years, but you know that you can still do it. Who kept that talent with you? It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't need to keep training to get used to it. No. 1, 2, 3, you're able to drive, then after 2-3 years not driving, you can do it. It's still the remaining of that exercise and training, it's still with you. Also swimming. You want more, or let's stop here? More? 10 minutes? Okay. There was a tyrant called Marcos. Have you heard of Marcos? The president of the Philippines. He used to be brutalizing Muslims, killing Muslims. He was a criminal. He had a loving dog. He loved his dog too much. And all the members of their parliament, they know that they cannot disobey order that he gives. So he was forcing them to sign an issue that if my dog died, the dog should be buried in the graveyard of the kings. Stupid, but president. when the dog died, they had to make that signature. The dog was buried in the graveyard of the nobles, the high kings and presidents. There's a special graveyard for them. The dog was buried there. When Marcus himself died, all the members of the parliament, they said, we don't want to sign any kind of signature that this man, who used to be a tyrant, that he should be buried in the graveyard of the presidents and the kings.
He went to Bahamas.
He's still in the freezer. His dog is in the graveyard and he's still in the freezer. And until now, his wife visits him. I don't know if she died.
Benjamin.
Yeah,
No, she's still alive.
she's still alive. Yeah,
She loves shoes. Thousands of shoes.
yeah. Have you seen Superman? Superman.
And they tell you.
Superman used to be visiting the classes and the schools of children. But how? He has to sit on a wheelchair. He's handicapped.
Oh, him, yeah.
So the children, when he comes, hey, Superman! Where's Superman? He's on his chair, on his wheelchair. Where's Superman? Is he flying? Is he lifting the entire earth as they... Subhanallah. This great sun, where does it get its fuel? What is the resource of the sun? It's great. And there is a stable system for that sun. If it gets closer to the earth, closer, little closer, you can stay here with me. We'll be in trouble. We'll be burning. So who's maintaining? Allah is not only creating, but He's maintaining the system. Those stupid people, sorry to say that. There is nothing called... You can't say to the random issue, you can't say this is system. System and random do not get together. Can't be. So that means there's a great order. So there's a creator that keeps maintaining the stability of his universe. Millions of galaxies and stars. In million, what do you call it? The light year. You know the light year speed? Light year speed, not normal speed.
80,000 miles per second.
No. And they do not collide. Hundreds of thousands of galaxies. They're so speedy galaxies. Yet they do not collide. Who's maintaining that system? It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's an amazing story.
It's the same with the mobile signals. Millions, billions. Every direction, they don't collide.
A man and a woman in Kuwait. They have 2 children. The woman decided to cut the uterus. You know the uterus. Rahim. Istiqsal al-Rahim. That's their choice. You know, some luxurious people, they behave like this. 2 children is enough. We don't want any more. You know those guys. They had an accident and they lost the 2 children. But they did not die. Isn't it punishment? It is punishment. One person said to my son, when my son approached him, advised him and said, why don't you pray? He said, I'll pray when I reach the age of your father. He died next day. Subhanallah al-Azim. Imagine Pharaoh. Everything is under his control. When he was addressing people, he gave khutbah to his people. He said to them, أليس لي ملك مصر? Am I the owner of Misr, Egypt? وهذه الأنهار تجري من تحتي. And all those rivers are flowing what? Beneath me. Then he became beneath the river when he died. He said beneath me, and he became beneath the river. Huh? أم أنا خير من هذا الذي هو مهين. This, am I better? Am I not better than this despised, humiliated creature? ولا يكاد يبين, and he can barely speaks. That's Pharaoh. Why he's behaving like this? He was told that your death will be by one of the people of Israel. Oh, you know those magicians, those fortune tellers. Oh, by them? Kill them. Yalla, he ordered the soldiers. Go kill them. Don't let any child alive. Kept killing. But where can he go? Away from Allah. Allah sent him a child in a basket. And Allah said to the mother of that child, if you have fear regarding your son, throw him in the water. What? If you have fear, throw him in the water? If I say that to you, you're going to say to me, are you kidding me? She threw him in the water. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guaranteed, pledged that this small child will take his way to that Pharaoh. As if Allah is saying to Pharaoh, pick him up from the river. Wallahi, we will not grow up your enemy except in your house. Is that what happened? That's a miracle. So, the soldiers saw the basket. The woman said to the soldiers, what is that? Something moving in the basket. Go bring it. They brought it. Huh? That's a child. Shh. She looked at the child. Command number 2, love him. The wife of Pharaoh loved him. How this happens? Allah's command. Love him. Then Pharaoh heard about that child. Huh? We have a child? Pharaoh, you've been killing a lot of children. Just keep this only one. Come on, bargain. Let's bargain with only one child. You've been killing thousands of children. Just keep this one. Then Allah said to him, say yes. He said, okay. What did she say? عسى أن ينفعنا. What? Oh, it seems that Pharaoh was impotent. He doesn't give children. Because she said, let's have this child. He may be beneficial to us. I don't know about his story, his biography, whether he had children or not, but it seems he's impotent. Okay. To benefit us? Okay. لسان القدر يقول لفرعون لا نربيه إلا في بيتك. You know the one who is going to be the cause of your killing, of your death, we will not let him be disciplined and growing and raising up except in your house. Then, when he was droning, he said it. آمنت أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين. Oh my God, now. He said, I just believed that there is no God except the one the people of Israel believed in, and I'm one of the Muslims. Now, subhanallah, Allah said, الآن. Now, وقد عصيت قبل. And how long you've been disobeying. وكنت من المفسدين. And you were one of the corruptors. فاليوم ننجيك ببدنك. As for this day, we're going to save you by your corpse. لتكون لمن خلفك آية. So you'll be for those who come after you as a sign and a lesson. And where is he?
The museum.
In the museum. His arm fell down, was detached. And scientists have to study why this happened. They checked, and they found that this joint here is filled with water, not normal water, the water of the sea, salt. It stored a lot of salt here. That's why it fell. You think it by itself? La. Allah want to tell them that I was talking about this one, not another, because there are many pharaohs. Each leader in Egypt, they used to call him Pharaoh. But no, precisely this one. So Allah's miracles and Allah's wonderful work in this life is really, how do you call it, tremendous, great, uncountable, unlimited. In this there is a lesson for us to glorify Allah, and that will help us to correct our worship to Him and to try to get closer to Him. وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
Yes, something very interesting. Give me 1 minute. Something very interesting I have to tell you. You know,
No more than a minute.
you were story. You were telling about the liquid in the ears for the balance. But something happened here. I was burning all the cuttings from the trees and the shrubs, burning at the back. And I slipped. I hit my head on the pavement. It is 9 o'clock in the evening. I was burning when it's dark.
Mm.
And I lost so much blood. So much blood. The brother here, he sat there with tissues on my head. Ambulance came after 3 hours. They took me to the hospital. At 5 o'clock in the morning, I had 6 stitches. Okay, that's the end of the story there. No, I started getting problems with my, body. I can't walk straight. I'm, ground is moving. So anyway, I went to hospital. My doctor referred me to the specialist.
Mm-hmm.
What I did, they put me in the gyroscope, turn me this way, walk in straight line, do this, shut the lights. And 2 years ago, I'm still on the observation.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't happen. 2 years ago, my wife put some oil with garlic in the burnt it, and then she got a piece of tissue paper, rolled it up so the oil doesn't come out, shoved it in there. Wallah, subhanallah, everything wrong. They 2 years ago, and they were practicing, experimenting on me. For the last 6
Subhanallah.
months. The other thing I would say, the bird which sleeps on one leg is called flamingo. Flamingos. This we go on. The third thing I want to ask was, I listen to these scholars on the television. On every Sunday, there's one scholar come and people ask me questions. One brother asked me a question while I'm praying. I can't concentrate in my thinking. All sorts of funny things keep coming into my mind. So he said, all right. No, he's just a great scholar. And the way he said, while you're praying, look on the right toe while you're praying. And
Who said that?
the scholar on the side, he comes every Sunday, Sundays come. The brother asked me questions, I lose all kind of funny things come into my mind all the time. So he
Okay.
said, well, you must concentrate, I'll try to look on your right toe.
Is it correct, you mean? Are you asking me?
No, he told me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And, well, I don't want, sometimes it can happen to anybody, it happens to you. So I look at my right toe. So my mind comes back. Maybe it's
No, this is not correct. This is not correct. You should be looking at the place where you put your head in sujood, that's all.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yes.
Anyway, that's
جزاك الله خير. بارك الله فيك.
Just one question.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك.
Above the ankle. That one. What happens is some people, when you ask them, they say if your attention is not alive, you posted, you can't leave your clothes down.
You can't leave your what?
I said if you don't if you put your clothes down and you don't feel posted, keep it. Keep it on. How close to.
These days.
This is based on the hadith that the Prophet said to Abu Bakr, إنك لست ممن يفعله خيلاء. Now this is testimony from the Prophet to Abu Bakr. You're not like Abu Bakr. The Prophet gave shahada to Abu Bakr, but the shahada to Abu Bakr is not shahada for you. And Allah said, فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Don't claim the purity of your souls. هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ اتَّقَى. Allah knows better or best who fears. So if you fear Allah, you should obey Him and not to lengthen and say, yes, I still fear Allah. Okay? And by the way, the hadith says that Abu Bakr said, my pants falls. Then I have to raise it up again. So that means Abu Bakr was not lengthening. No, it was falling. That's the hadith. So now what people do, they lengthen and they say, we are like Abu Bakr. No, you're not. In both cases, you're not. You're deliberately lengthening and you're not like Abu Bakr. If the Prophet gave him shahada, it's not for you.
The Prophet allowed the special Sahaba to have their kameez below the ankles. Not everybody, only very special ones.
Special one are women. وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. حياكم الله.